460s, 450s.
Yep.
60. Why do you like it, Dakota? What are you seeing in terms of the price action? Just
Yeah, I'm
looking,
watching.
looking in here.
Once again, I watch the main, what we call it, Hateful Eight, like NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft,
Mhm.
Google.
Mhm.
NVIDIA's still pulling back. We're now up 3%. We was up 4. We have the other Mag 7 starting to pull back, continuing to pull back
Rude
off their
win.
highs. I mean, they're still really green, right? Plus 3%, still plus 3%, but
Yes.
they're not as bullish as it was earlier. So seeing some weakness, I guess, off its highs. If you want to call it weakness.
They're certainly not going to
Profit
make it
taking,
easy.
maybe.
Yeah, London close. Gonna pop. We get here 6801s in the ES. Looked like we're gonna push. We got gold now above 4100, trading 4102.
Cutting it.
Man, that was the one. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I think Dakota, you're right. This is like we've extended above the overnight highs, kind of rebalance with the sell off. I think we just chop around here. In range.
I like what you said earlier, Braden. You said you might. This is kind of how I felt this morning. It's like, you might be right, or you might get the direction, but by the time it works out, you could easily be chopped up, right? So accuracy is very important when it comes to like a market like this, and we could see it. We're seeing it right now, where even though I'm like maybe we're short bias and this market does sell off down to 460s, this chop that we're seeing right now, it chop you out before you see the move that you're wanting to see.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, this tempo has just turned to garbage.
It's definitely. I thought it was. I thought we were picking up momentum. It's what's the VIX at, Jack? Are we at 19? Hopefully, please be 19.
The VIX is 18.5 right now.
18.5. Wondering if we get the methodical that shows up again.
This lack of tempo leads me to believe we may turn this thing around and have a turnaround Monday.
From high to low, low to high.
Low to high.
Yeah. Well, we're at the lows right now. Pushing higher here. 25,514. Look at the 5 minute. This is the upper end of the range in the NASDAQ. Right around here.
516, pretty nice rejection there. I'm trying it one more time, and if it doesn't work here, then I'm gonna hang it up.
I want to talk about that rejection. What price in the MNQ, Braden?
500 on the dot.
1,500. 2 times or 1 time?
4 micros.
Oh, okay. I really like that rejection. At 513. Yeah. Gold, right higher. 4103. 4103 last trade. Saw that rejection. Oh shoot. Oh, we are coming up on time. I was locked into the markets, right? Tempo.
Yeah.
Call him asleep.
Too.
Loaded. You got morning recap coming up here in 20 minutes or so, Hogue. So we're gonna let you get ready for that. A couple words here, Hogue. Obviously, people are frustrated. Just stay patient. Hogue, we'll see you in the morning recap.
Absolutely, stay patient. Dakota, Braden, Jack, Andrea, I see you. We'll see you all in a few minutes.
Later.
Morning recap coming up. Happy Monday, everyone.
Good stuff. Talking about the stops.
Monday.
I'm gonna give it to like 520, 525. Give it some room, not too much.
Now we're getting stronger. Biggest red bar in the 5 minute that we've seen in the 10-year all session here.
Okay, I'm adding another 2. I'm in 6.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. This is a brain special buzzer beater. Short 6. He always does this.
Right at
That's
the
what he
end of
does.
fast markets.
Yeah. What's
Sorry
your
to
average
keep you
price?
waiting, chat.
No,
501, 6 micros short.
Pulling into it. All right. Gold
Big
pushing
sevens now.
higher. Mm-hmm. See some perhaps. We got anything cooking in mag 7. So right here. So are they holding bid? Are we seeing any? Is any? Excuse me, are any of them red? Any of it in the red?
No.
No.
The closest
VIX.
is still our contrarian. Apple is just up, basically scratch,
Okay.
but up 40 cents.
Okay. Crude grinding lower, 59.44. New
Pain in the
lows.
butt.
Markets are. It's all right. Markets are waking up a little bit here. We're seeing gold
All right, let's get
push
this.
higher. 41. Yeah, this might be the one.
Get
Over
it.
2 on the retest of the lows. Let's see the break though. I'm gonna hold the rest for the break.
All right, now short
Look
4.
at that. Oh my. Look at that.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm 4 left. I'm just gonna go break even here. If this is gonna break, we shouldn't get a retest of 500. To be totally honest with you, otherwise it's just gonna continue chop. Let's see it.
Keep banging on it. Keep banging. We got that positive delta. Right on this price.
Trapdoor, come on.
Yeah, they trap the longs. The longs trap. All right, ES trading 67.99. Damn.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's I want to talk about that rejection you saw
might-
later.
Hold on a second. I might add into this
Yeah,
some more here. If we get
okay,
back,
cool.
if we get sharp selling into the 80s, I'm gonna add in. Looking for the break.
Okay.
Right. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now.
Yeah.
I'm
There we
adding.
go.
I'm
There.
following it down tight. Let's see. It needs to go here though. Should not get a retest to 90s here if we're gonna break lower. It just shouldn't. We gotta eventually go. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm in 9.
Sure. Oh, here we go, baby.
It's a free
Sure.
trade, but we just can't keep retesting these 90s.
Just slam it. You going with market? Do you join the ask or do you go market?
I joined the ask on that. And I'm stopped out. And it's just not getting any follow through.
Sure. All right. Flat.
Yep, flat.
Reagan, if we can go to your, you might be looking to get back in. I want to go to your chart, and I want you to show.
No, I'm done with it.
No, okay. Can you show us that rejection that you saw up at 25,513, right? If you can zoom in on that and just show what you saw there and what that means and what that led to the conviction.
Yeah,
you're
so I
short.
mean, in context, well, I'm already short bias this market. We had a nice 200 point sell off, right? So and then it's about the range that we set here. Like if we don't get some strong buying reaction there, and we kind of just set like a flat sideways range, this is kind of like a bear flag to me. So, range within this pullback that we're seeing, kind of come up. We continue putting in like lower highs, and you've seen it. And this is why I like to use the tick chart. I think Dakota would agree. You can kind of look at these orders here and see that as we are continuing to test these 570s, we come up and put one more test to the highs at like 513, and then sellers step back in, and we're immediately back to the bottom of the range. So for me, I'm like trying to play the momentum on that trade and step into it. So if I see buyers get exhausted on this and can't kind of reclaim the highs of the range, and then sellers step in, I want to be trying to sell into that move. And then, if you get a cleaner move in the market, we could have walked away with a nice trade there. But it's being very stubborn around 570s. But yeah, I like to look for little orders like that. I like to look for pivots like that when I'm looking for trend continuation, right off the sell off. We set the range. Okay, if sellers are going to prove that they want to take this thing lower. We're going to see some type of lower high kind of exhaustion or a pin bar or something like that. And then sellers kind of step in and drag it back down to the lows of the range. So I kind of saw that and wanted to play into it, but unfortunately, it's just not great price action. I think a lot of people would agree to try to play that continuation. We've
I still
sat in
think
this
we
range
could
for a
break down
while.
though, right in, but
Oh
like you
yeah,
said,
no, I do
it's
too.
choppy. It's like you want to get into a short
Yeah,
here for a breakdown, but
yeah,
just manage that risk and chop.
yeah. I was trying to add into it, playing it very tight. In my eyes, we don't really need to
This is
see.
the one.
I guess I could have. I guess I could have stopped it at 498, 499, or 500. But
Damn, right? Man, oh
yeah,
man, oh
see
man.
that you can't.
Right
We can't
there.
trade that. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
What Braden's talking about.
That's when you have to just see that and say, okay, I'm done.
That sounds good, James. We're gonna do this. Holding here is grinding lower. 5,475. 474 is now in the NQ. We got lows of 471. They're certainly not making it easy to catch this short. In the chat, they heard me ask Braden. Braden, did you join the ask or did you sell market? Well, those are your lows. You got there. We go.
There it goes.
So
There it goes.
I joined the ask on it.
Yeah, he joins the ask, and Braden, I'm gonna throw Jack. Jack, what's the difference? What's the difference between joining ask and going to market with the sell? What is
Well, it just
the
means if you look
execution
at the
of
ladder
what's
there,
happening?
if you sell by just join the ask, it's just going to put your order on the ask, which is the first red number you see there, and you will probably get filled at a better price. Probably, it's not certain because the limit order, the market order just goes. You hit sell market, you're just selling into the bid, and you will have the position at a slightly usually one tick worse price.
Market order.
There's that
You will
move,
be
Braden.
filled. Brutal. They just trap
It
shorts.
snaps back up.
Bukowski. They
Yeah,
just
right
trap
back up.
shorts. Oh man,
It's
yeah, that's tough.
just tough. Tough to trade that clean. Tough to keep the wrist tight. I mean, it's just leaving a ton of wicks here on the 15-minute, both sides. It's kind of chopping. No clear direction.
ES is holding offer right now. ES 67.96. Just printed new lows at 67.92. And what those fellows were talking about, they saw it pop right back up. The 92s to 96s. Saw that in the NQ as well. We made new lows at 25,452. And they popped it right back up to 490. So about a 40-point pop there, but we're still staying offered.
Well, that
No
sell off
update
we
just
traded about 2,000 ES in like 3 seconds there. That was probably when the stops got popped below the previous low. Tricky.
It's that last move right there. All right, well, let's take a look at some of the other live traders and how they've been doing so far on this Monday. Get a quick update. Some familiar names. Samuel up about 24,000. Kyle K. Same Kyle K from last week. Up 17. We got Arthur. Two Arthurs. Arthur M and Arthur K. One up 12, one up 11. And Lena up 11,000 bucks. So we'll be watching this and following it throughout the day. Most important thing is, 10:45 Central Time. Check back in power hour and make sure, keep those green days green. That's a tough one there. Again, group coaching. Get those questions in. Form pinned to the top of the chat. What else do we have? What else do we have on the day here at Top Step TV? I'm going to bring you wall coverage. Yes, we got morning recap after this. Then we've got power players. George will be joining us. Saw him take a payout with us a few weeks ago. It'll be Jay and Dolby. Then we got shoulder tap with Jack and Aaron. Group coaching. Hogue and Reed. Hoop. What a trio there. Trade with Top Step. Alfie, Jack, and Dolby. The power hour. It's Monday, so we're being Mo, Dolby, and myself, and then at the buzzer, Coach Jay, Coach Paul, Still markets. Coach Dakota, Coach J, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So we got more recap, a lot more coming. The markets are feeling a little heavy. Got gold 40.98. Back down 4100s. Big magnet there in the even crude, Braden. Braden, we just grinded to 59.41 and they popped it at 10 cents right there.
Yeah.
It's tricky. What is so Braden, when we're done with fast markets, are you done trading or will you have the monitor open? I got a question. When you're not streaming, how long, how much screen time would you put on just an average trading day for Braden?
Like on average, day to day,
Yeah,
how much screen time?
sure. Yeah, how
You
often
know
are you
what?
sitting in front of the screen?
Most of the trading I do from my phone, which is probably a little unbelievable. I tend to do better when I'm sitting down, but I'm just too lazy to come to the computer. I need to start doing that more. Um, but to answer the question, I'm usually looking in the markets every single hour of the day. Like honestly,
Agreed.
even in the overnight. Like if I'm pulling my phone out, I'm looking at the market. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, just maybe a little bit insane, but all the time, literally all the time, looking at the market. Doesn't mean I'm always trading, but always kind of looking at the market, except for when I'm sleeping.
Then you're
You have
dreaming of the
dreams about the
market.
market. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the follow. You dream about the market, Braden. Have you ever had a dream about a trade before?
I can't. I don't think so. But I don't think I've ever had a dream about a trade. But I have had some nightmares where I've woken up to an actual trade and been down tremendously because I decided to hold it. You know what I mean? No, not any dreams, but definitely nightmares when you wake up.
I've been there. All right, few more minutes. Few more minutes. Looking like we may want to push lower here, make some new lows. Nasdaq has about 10 points to go. 25,000. 465 now. 467 is trade. They're not making this easy. ES trading 67.97. About 5 points off the lows there. Again, more recap coming up. Dakota, they're in the chat. They're asking a little recap on how your trading session go. Looking like a little recap on.
Yeah. Let's do it. We could do a recap. I mean, there's not too much to recap. Just got I was looking to short. I got in a couple shorts in this level, but it kept nailing me. It kept hitting me, stopping me out, stopping me out, stopping me out. Then by the time I was done, then the market sold off. But I was shorting up in this area, and obviously, with hindsight, uh, wider stop loss, smaller size would have worked out well. But I was looking for this little sell off back down to these 550s. But before it happened, I got chopped up throughout most of this morning, and I was $4,500 loss done for the day before the sell off happened. But I mean, it's not too complex, too complicated. Why was I shorting? Well, I am. Let's zoom out to this 1 hour chart. If it will load for me, and then I'll explain it.
Gotcha. 67.98. Dakota, we had this a little bit
Here,
maybe over the
there's
summer. There you go, Dakota. Go ahead.
there it is. There it is. See this level right here from Friday? This was major support, and I was looking for this support to become resistance. It did, but not before I got chopped out. And then I was pointing out, so this I didn't see this until after the fact. If this nice trend, if we connect those two pivots from Friday when we sold off, I mean, we did come up and just tap that. So maybe if I seen that, obviously, I love to review my trades. I'm like, okay, what could I have done different? What could I have done better? This one, just simple trade management. I still like this trade setup. I would look for a short up in this area every single time. The question is just position size and stop loss is what made the difference. And it's crazy. That's little details what makes the biggest difference. It's like, okay, you're getting short in the right area, but then I still took a loss. And why did I take that loss? And it was just because didn't give enough room and probably tried to scale in too quick.
No, buyers jumping back in. Dakota, maybe next time we let because obviously we saw the sell off. We got in too early, right? Maybe let the market show its next time. You did this before, right? You hold off and
Yeah,
wait
that's
for
the
the
hard
market.
part, right? Is
Yeah,
like, when do you get in?
right.
When does it happen? Is it going to sell off immediately? We've seen plenty of days where the market comes up and then instantly just starts rejecting, right? And we kind of seen that a little bit to start off, right? There's 5-10 minutes worth of a decent pullback, but it did it 1, 2, 3 times where we've popped up. So that's $1 million question. When does it happen? If it
100%.
happens. And then can you get in when it does, right? We just seen that here with Braden. I mean, it looked like we was going to break down new session lows and test these 550s, 560s, or 450s, 460s. But, a little bit of chop keeps you out of the market. And then by the time you're done, then there goes the break. And that's what you were looking for.
$68.01
Yes,
last
yes,
trade.
yes.
Jack, any levels for longs? I think 67.50. We're 50
I mean,
points
you
away.
could
I know.
argue right here.
Okay.
Spent a decent amount of
Why?
time here last night. Um, weren't able to get past those lows again. I mean, if anything, I would probably be buying. Seems kind of cheap, risk wise.
Where would you put where would the risk be? Where would the stop be? When we talk, this is the tip of the week. Hogue was talking about that, right? P&L, but the price at where would the stop be? Take a long right here at 6,800. Potential side. Not
Like
saying trade. It's not
90,
financial advice. If then,
95 or something, 93. I wouldn't want to take it if it's going to break through the lows of the session.
Did you get in, Jack?
No,
No, that
Braden, do
that
you?
was me. I'm missing a little one micro short. Seeing if we can retest 50s. Like the pivot off 500s. Just one. This market honestly is calling for just one at the moment.
love that. Changing the size, shifting gears, 100%. What price are you short from? Closing on the lows.
77.
Okay. Thank you. We've seen this a lot. Yes, right there. Stuck at 6,800. Tighter ranges today. Looking at about 200-point session range in the Nasdaq. Here in the New York session, low of 25,542. 452, I should say, and high of 25,666.50. ES looking at about a 40-point range in the New York session, high of 68.35, as well as the low of 67.92. Is this where we zombie grind to the gap? Let's try. I see what you did there. You had in
2 times.
two times is right. I'm short from 71. We'll just see the time. Are we gonna do a Braden buzzer beater here with about 2 minutes left here on Fast Markets? Morning recap coming up next. We got the markets feeling a little bit heavy. Right now, this be we'll go train 4,100. 10-year now holding above 4.1%. Start with two. What's your average price, Braden?
73. You know what? This feels a lot like I caught a gold trade on Fast Markets a while ago. This feels like I had quoted an eerie sell-off. Like a slow kind of
Do
chop.
that.
Sellers kind of gradually pull the sentiment from the buyers. Almost sneakily, right? Because you keep expecting this
Yeah.
dip to get bought. And then just selling orders just start to pile, and then we are testing an equal low at 50s. Maybe this flushes with volume. But I'm not going to use too much size because it has been pretty choppy today. but it kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yes, it does.
I
And
mean,
all right,
the market's definitely engineered, if you will, pretty well as far as like getting people on the long train. I would imagine feels
I
like
think
the only
fair to
trade to take
say.
is long, doesn't it?
That's fair to
Feels
say.
like you're doing something wrong
Yeah,
if you don't get it
now we
long.
might get that push lower. All right, you heard these fellas talking about is there more room to the downside? They weren't believing the rally on Friday. We got Braden short 2 micros from 25,473. We're currently trading 469. That being said, morning recap coming up next. This might be a Braden special here in fast markets. Jack, we'll see you in shoulder tap. We'll see you this afternoon as well. Power players with George going to be joining us after morning recap. Are we going to get the new lows here? Feels like the market wants to go. I think we're going to go. All right, stay tuned to find out. Top Step TV, let's go. Is there more room to the downside? We fill the gap. Come on.
With our new profile management system, you can easily update your personal information and your account preferences so that everything runs smoothly on Top Step X, and we will call you the right name when you end up on the big board, perhaps.
All right, it is time for the morning recap. Hopefully, you've had a good morning trading. Happy Monday, everyone. November the 10th. Yes, it is the birthday of the U.S. Marines. Bless the U.S. Marines. And we have had some pretty interesting opportunities in these markets. A little bit of changes going on as far as fundamental information in some of these markets, and pretty decent opportunities if you're in the right place, the right time. It's always the way it seems to be. We're going to take a look at the opening range trade in gold, which turned out to be a pretty decent trade for us today. Now, context. Okay, big longs all night long buying into this market. Let's see what happened. So the opening range has been left at the dead high of the range so far, which put us short 2 micro gold, 41.09 half. We got out of one of those at about 1 to 1. We got out of one of them at 40.99, about $100 win there. And we got out of the other one after the markets, they kind of left a failed downside auction there. We said, all right, well, you know what? We're not going to let this kind of take it all away. We're just going to take this profit. We ended up taking the second contract off at 4,096.30 for a profit of about $231. Now, Dakota started trading gold. He was looking for longs. Not bad. I mean, these are decent longs now, but again, timing is everything. Dakota was long 5 micros, right about there. Let's take a look. That was right about 4,093.80. He did take a small loss on that trade, didn't stay in it for very long. And again, he did take a small loss on that, about $190 on that trade. We did have some activity in crude oil. However, we did not take the opening range trade, which turned out to be a good thing. It would have, I believe, broken us to the long side, and you can see that the market has continued to push lower. very range bound, very small ranges. We did have Braden taking a position. He accumulated 8 shorts, an average price of 59.82 after the high was in and after the initial balance low was in. Was looking for this market to try to kind of continue to push to the downside, which it has, but it's been such a slow pace. I think crude oil has been a very slow paced market. It doesn't scare you out, it wears you out. And I think it got a little bit worn out on this one. He was in it for so long. He was a short 8 contracts. Finally, when we were having trouble, I think looking at the initial balance low here, 59.58, he said, you know what? We're not really seeing any continuation below that. We're just going to take that trade. So a pretty decent profit for 8 contracts, 8 micro contracts, 22 points. Pretty decent profit on that. We'll take a look at the S&Ps, which we did not have any trades in the S&Ps today, but everybody is probably surmising, are we going to close the weekend gap? Is the overnight inventory adjusted? Are we going to find buyers? We were kind of looking for some buyers to perhaps come in around this 200 session simple moving average on the 30-minute chart, which we have not yet seen. Once we did break the initial balance low, price has been pretty much holding below that, but we're not seeing any real tempo to the downside, any continuation, which led me to say, well, we're not seeing tempo to the downside. I could see this market kind of recovering and returning back to higher pricing. The late spike to the upside that occurred on Friday is certainly doing what it is supposed to do. When we open above that, we're looking to see if value is going to finish the day outright higher, which each minute that passes seems to have a greater probability of that. Now let's take a look at the NASDAQ.